So let's get to the debate last night. What a total mess for Kamala Harris. Again, I don't care what your partisan stripes are, your partisan affiliation. It was a disaster. She got crushed. She looked like a child on stage with the adult in the room, and Mike Pence broke every single piece of her ridiculous, extreme far-left agenda down right in front of her eyes for all of America to see. Even some of the leftist hacks had to acknowledge it wasn't the Biden campaign's best night. Let's go to piece number one. This is Mike Pence finally calling out both the moderator here and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden about their obvious lies about fracking. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to tell you what to think. You're all smart people. You can figure it out on your own. A lot of you are a lot smarter than me. I read your emails. You're brilliant. But I do a lot of homework. And politics is what I do for a living. I'm a political commentator. I'm not telling you how to think or who to vote for. You'll figure that out on your own. You're very smart. I'm just telling you, if you are in the hydrofracking business, fracking natural gas in Pennsylvania, the Marcellus play over in Ohio, if you are anywhere involved in fracking in Texas, in West Texas, anywhere, that Joe Biden and his campaign and Kamala Harris have already committed to stopping fracking. The fact that they've seemingly changed their mind because they think you won't notice is irrelevant. When they ran on banning fracking, and I'm absolutely convinced they will ban fracking because the radical left owns Joe Biden. Here was Mike Pence finally calling her out last night on her lies. They already said they're going to ban fracking. I'll show you the proof after this cut. Play this first.
Senator Harris, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. You yourself said on multiple occasions when you were running for president that you would ban fracking. Joe Biden looked at a supporter in the eye and pointed and said, I guarantee that we will abolish fossil fuels. They have a $2 trillion version of the Green New Deal, Susan, that your newspaper, USA Today, said really wasn't that very different from the original Green New Deal. More taxes, more regulation, banning fracking, abolishing fossil fuel, crushing American energy, and economic surrender to China is a prescription for economic decline. President Trump and I will keep America growing. The V-shaped recovery that's underway right now will continue with 4 more years of President Donald Trump.
Listen, don't take my word for it. You don't even have to take Pence's word for it. I'm going to play a video in a second of Kamala Harris telling you she absolutely wants to ban fracking. Listen, if you're in the fracking business and you don't like your job, then yeah, vote for Harris and Biden. Is that a good way to frame it? There? Paula's right next to me to my left. We're moving around. You can see the hotel. We moved around. We needed to change the scenery. Now she's to the left of me. But if you don't like, right? You don't like your job? If you're in fracking, isn't that a good way to put it, right? She's nodding in approval. Like you're a little confused about how you feeling? Well, she doesn't like when I randomly call on her in the middle of the show. It's hilarious. She doesn't want me turning my head. That's why, because of the surgery. I know I'm not supposed to, but I know I'm terrible with doctor's instructions. I should do better. Folks, if you don't like your job and you want to be fired, and you want your business to go under, yes, vote for Harris Biden, who've already committed to it. You don't believe me? I've already played video. I'm not going to play it again of Joe Biden pledging to banning fracking, getting rid of fracking, saying he absolutely means it. Here's his running mate, Kamala Harris, on tape, again, swearing to a potential voter that she's going to ban fracking too. Again, don't take my word for it. Take Kamala Harris's word for it. Here you go.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, she said it. It's not just once. She said it repeatedly. They will commit because they're hostage to the radical left to getting rid of fracking or phasing it out. Again, their words. Don't take my word for it. Just listen to them. If you don't like fracking, you don't like cheap gasoline, you don't like cheap fossil fuels, and you want to pay more for energy, then listen, I'm just being candid. That's your candidate. Then yes, vote for Harris and Biden. If you're in the fracking business, again, you hate your job, you hate your career, and you hate your life, then yes, vote for Harris Biden. They'll get rid of your job for you. You don't even have to quit. But please don't tell me, as the media people today, that, Pence is taking her comments out of context. There is no out of context. She's crystal clear. She wants to get rid of fracking. Period. Full stop. End of story. Thank you very much.
You just heard Dan Bongino.